again, and this time Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he does not raise his head from sajda till the Almighty Allah pities Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he says to Muhammad, "O Muhammad, lan ukhziyaka fi ummatik." O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I will never disgrace you with regards to your ummah. I will make you happy with regards to your ummah. My brothers, here again this time Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going for Hajj. It is Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Brothers and sisters, I've combined a series of lectures that you will find on YouTube. If you go on YouTube, you'll find all the full lectures, and eventually, inshallah, I will try and get all the lectures on MP3 so that we can have them all on our iPods or on our phones. I do hope that you learn something from them, and inshallah, God willing, I will try my best to get as many. But you are able to get all the lectures on YouTube, so please do so, and all the best. Okay, Jazakallah. Thank you.
So I want to talk about something here today in this last khutbah of this year's Ramadan. It's more important than Ramadan itself. And I say wallahi wa billahi wa tallahi, the one who doesn't do this, he has no fast in Ramadan. And that is the importance of the salat. The man came into the masjid of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he prayed 2 rakat, and he prayed very quickly. And then after praying those 2 rakat, he came and he said, "Assalamu alaikum ya Rasulullah." The Prophet said to him sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Irja' fasalli fa innaka lam tusalli." Go back and pray, because you didn't pray. The man went back the second time. He prayed very quickly. He came and said, "Assalamu alaikum ya Rasulullah." He said, "Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah." Go back and pray. You didn't pray. He went back a third time. He prayed very quickly. He came, "Assalamu alaikum ya Rasulullah." He said, "Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah." Go back and pray, because you didn't pray. The man said, "Ya Rasulullah, teach me. I don't know." And then the Nabi explained to him, if you want to make salah, make a good wudu. After making wudu, stand up and face the Qibla. Say Allahu Akbar. Read what's easy for you from the Quran. Say Allahu Akbar. Go into ruku' and take your time. And then come up and say Sami Allah liman hamida. And he went through the whole prayer. The point is, the man prayed, but according to the standard of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't pray. How many people this is their condition? The very first thing Allah is going to ask you about, you, the very first thing Yawm al-Qiyamah, when the person is standing there, Allah is going to ask him about his prayer.
Says that the angel of death is so frightening, it's so scary, that all the angels in the heaven fear the angel of death more than one of you fears a lion, fears a beast. I mean, the angel of death, when it comes to a fajr, when it comes to a kafir, when it comes to a munafiq, when it comes to a zalim, it will come in such form that his feet will be on the ground and his head will be in the heaven. 12 eyes, black of face, fire leaping out from his mouth, coming out from his nose. He'll have a forked iron rod made out of fire. He'll have 500 angels behind him with whips and embers made out of fire. And when it comes to a fajr, when it comes to a kafir, when it comes to a munafiq, when it comes to a zalim, there's no addressing with assalamu alaikum. The angel of death will strike him with his forked iron rod.
Are not just.
And this forked iron rod
are hypocrites.
will enter
the
his
enemies
body.
of deen are not helping the civilians. Look, they are silent. Look, they are this. What do you expect from your enemy?
In the joint.
Why is it that you are expecting your enemy to look after your deen? It's exactly a funny example. Imagine someone in a boxing ring. He enters the boxing ring against an opponent, he's fighting with him, and then he gets punched. So instead of fighting back, he goes to the audience and says, "Look, he just punched me, that's unfair. Why is he punching me for? Why is he violent?" Habibi, he is your enemy, he is trying to destroy your deen. Enemy enemies of Islam are not after your money. They're not after your infrastructure, they're after your deen. They come in different forms, they wear different suits, they talk different languages, but they want Islam. They know that the biggest enemy they have in life is this deen. So don't be shocked. You should not be amazed when you find injustice in the world. You should not be amazed when enemies of Islam don't look after you. It is shocking that we want them to look after us. It is shocking that we are expecting them to be just and fair. This itself is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous concept. That you want the enemies of Islam to look after you and serve your deen and be just and fair. This will never happen.
And the proud ones
so we have to be aware the responsibility of establishing Islam that Sheikh Abu Adnan mentioned before.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Iblis, Satan, to bow before Adam. Abba, he refused. Wastakbara, he became arrogant. And he said, Ana khayrun minhu. Allah, I'm better than him. Subhanallah. That's why our scholars say the word ana is an extremely dangerous word. Ana, I am. Everything, I am better. I am Mr. this. I am Mistress this. This I is a very dangerous word. Anbiyas don't use ana. Shaitan use ana. The Pharaoh use ana. Ana rabbukumul a'la. Pharaoh said, I am your Lord. Ana is not the word of a believer. Believer is humble. Once the people asked Musa alayhi salam, some people ask Musa alayhi salam, you know, is there anyone more knowledgeable than you living right now? Musa said no. Allah took him to task for that. He says no. So Shaitan said, Ana khayrun minhu. I can't bow to this man. I am better than him. Khalaqtani min nar. You created me from fire. Wa khalaqtahu min tin. And you created him from clay. And fire is better than clay. The quality of fire is to rise. The quality of clay is to remain underground.
Al-Mahdi would have no way of competing with the Dajjal. Al-Mahdi would be alive in that time. And Al-Mahdi will be with the believers in Jerusalem, hiding away from him in their forts. There's no way they can confront him.
The Dajjal, my dear brothers, will live for 40 days in the Hadith. And he will pass through every town.
You can see something in the street happening, and that's a reminder for you from your Lord. You can see a car accident.
As a Lord.
You can see an old person in the street or a young person being born into the world, and that's a reminder for you. These are the days that Allah tricks them, turns them back and forth. He gives us these vicissitudes of life. One day we live, one day we die. One day we celebrate life, one day we celebrate and commemorate death or a life. And we never know when it's going to be us or someone dear to us. اقترب للناس حسابهم. The people's account, your account, is getting closer and closer. What do you think is going on when we start going gray? I mean, that's a major sign. And most of us here are going gray. We have some gray. How long do you think you're going to live? What do we as the Muslims believe? And what does our belief make us do? Because what we're talking about here is general. Everybody wants a quick fix. There is no quick fix in Islam. The confusion or the difficulty of Islam is in its simplicity. Lahiyatan qulubuhum. Allah gives it to us right there. Our hearts are distracted. Alhaakumut takathur. What are they distracted with? We're distracted with these petty things. TV, buildings, car, money, fame, business.
The longer you do it, the more reward you get. And the more tougher it is to keep it down, the greater the reward is.
To the details of life.
Look at, it's not like you see.
This is why we'd rather clean our phone and get mad at our wives if our clothes for Juma are not ready, but not do any self-reflection to make sure our hearts are ready. Are we ready? Are we spiritually ready to make the changes,
That
the
is the
internal
sunnah.
changes
The longer you
that
do it, the
each
more
and
reward
every
you get.
individual has to make.
And the more tougher it is to keep it down, the greater the reward is. You know, don't look at, it's not like you see an ugly person and you say, that's stuff for that. Keeping my eyes down. Brothers, that's easy to do, right? That's easy to do. When you see something that you wanna look, you wanna make you look, that time you keep it. Rasulullah said in the hadith of Ahmad, he says, you in that day, Allah will give you, He will make you taste the sweetness of Iman. And brothers, you want to test this, you test this. Go out there today when you go from here, just when you're really tempted to look, don't look, and in your dua, in your ibadah, in your salah, in your Quran, whatever it is, Allah will make you taste the sweetness of Iman. And I have tried this on several occasions, and on every occasion I have had
about real men.
And I'm telling you,
then look at men like Harun Rashid and Mu'tasim. Harun Rashid, the Amir al-Mu'mineen of his time, a kafir leader of Rome. He writes a letter and says to Harun Rashid that I will not pay jizya. Harun Rashid, he replies to his letter and says, in the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. From Amir al-Mu'mineen, Harun Rashid, to the dog of Rome, I have received your letter, you son of a kafirah. Remember one thing, you will not hear my reply, you will see my reply. The army is dispatched and this kafir is brought to the feet of Harun Rashid. This is what he called real men. The likes of Mu'tasim, a Muslim woman is captured, she's in prison, and a kafir slaps her, and then she shouts out, she says, oh Mu'tasim, where are you? Oh Mu'tasim, where are you? When she says this kafir laughs out and says, yes, indeed, your man Mu'tasim is coming. He's coming on a black and white horse to save you. The news reaches Mu'tasim. Mu'tasim purchases 17,000 black and white horses. 17,000. The commander is Mu'tasim. The army is dispatched. They go towards this land. The Kuffar's army is defeated and is crushed. Mu'tasim is there. This kafir is brought to Mu'tasim. This Muslim woman is brought to Mu'tasim. And Mu'tasim says to this woman, but tell this kafir that Mu'tasim has come on a black and white horse to save you. This is what you call real men. And the day someone could reach their level, then you could talk. Otherwise, you might as well do what you do best. Put some bangles on and go back home and eat and sleep. And the Muslims have taken drug dealers as role models. These are the drug dealers. They are putting people's mothers, people's sisters, people's brothers, people's nieces onto crack, onto smack. These are the people who are destroying hundreds of lives. And Allah the Almighty will take revenge. Allah the Almighty indeed, He will take revenge. And the reality of these drug dealers is when they live a dog's life, supplying people's mothers, people's sisters, people's brothers, people's daughters, people's sons, Allah the Almighty indeed, He will take revenge. And remember one thing, when you wake up, this drug dealer, when they wake up and they come downstairs and they find out that their mother or their sister or their brother or their niece have become a crackhead or a smackhead or a cokehead, at that time they will realize the reality of what they were doing. And bear this in mind, if the outcome of a crackhead, of a smackhead, of a cokehead on the plane of resurrection, when the crack, smack, weed, opium, you name it, will be wrapped around his neck, his tongue will come down towards his waist, between his skin and his flesh there'll be snakes and scorpions biting him. He will be made to wear the slippers of hell that'll make his brain bubble like a boiling